Tier list time, tier list time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official Multiversus 2v2 tier list. Never before seen technology. Starting off with my least controversial opinion I have ever had.
Sure and help, yeah.
I think she's the best character in the game. She shits out damage. She has some of the best normals in the game. She has some of the best combos in the game. She has some of the best support in the game. Down B gives teammate armor, side B gives teammate armor, down tilt gives teammate armor, up B gives teammate armor. She just does everything. She kind of just does everything better than almost everyone else. Someone said the best kill power by far. Her kill power is nuts. Her forward air is one of the best moves in the entire game already in neutral in terms of building up damage, but it also just happens to double as one of the best kill moves. She really just does it all, and she does it all better than everyone else. I don't really see her below number one. Even in comps that can like slow it down versus are like, oh, double zoner comps, you can play them against her. Nope, she just side Bs, deletes all your projectiles, and then her down tilt kills you at 20 when she blocks anything with it. There are other characters who have insane stuff as well, but she just does literally everything better than everyone else. Maybe I should say help me.
She's like, please, in all caps.
Please.
All caps. Yeah, please.
I like please. I like please. I like please.
Yeah.
I want to talk about a character a lot of people haven't seen. This will probably be the only other character I haven't please, and that is Steven Universe. I think this character, for those who haven't seen it, he has a one move infinite. If he hits you with down air, if he does it right, you're eating shit. You are eating like absolute garbage. Nair spikes sets up into down air spikes now. The Nair spike they gave him back from the beginning of the beta is a very, very insane option. A lot of base knockback on his upward moves. He works really well in any ladder comps. They buffed his forward air to work a bit better, so now it shoves people out of the way a lot more. If Steven hits you, he kind of just kills you. He'll either infinite you or you'll die off the top, and like the fact that he works so well with every other character in the game who's vertical, when most of the other characters right now are vertical, it just combines a lot of the stuff together. These are the two characters in my please tier. I think these two characters, whoa Nelly. And then moving on to the top tier, I'm gonna rank three characters here at once. Actually, I think we'll talk about them while we're thinking about the order. We're gonna do Joker, we're gonna do Bugs, and we're gonna do Tom and Jerry, and we're gonna do Harley right after these three. She'll be number 6. Joker is kind of crazy. He's probably one of the best vertical enablers in the game. He has the best anti-air in the game and one of the best uppers in the game with his upper. Everything he has forces you to go upwards on any situation if you really choose to do so. On top of that, his card projectiles are all three really good. The boomerang one is relatively good. The bomb one that explodes after a little bit is really good. The triple card does 12 damage if you manage to hit all three of them. It's just like an insane amount of pressure that he gets access to off of every couple seconds. He doesn't need to charge it or anything. On top of that, he has really good options. Aerial side B being absolutely insane. The hit stun on this move, it combos into almost everything in his entire kit, including itself. And this move's hella active, super disjointed in front of him. Covers a lot of space, not that much lag on it either if you whiff. He has a lot of options. He just sets up for really good kill options. Next character I had on the list was Bugs. I think this character is nuts in doubles. I think he is nuts in doubles. And that's mostly because of two moves. One, if you put him with an enabler, this up air's base knockback goes crazy. They gave him back the early beta up air. It's one of the strongest moves in the entire game off the top. And two, you drop safe on people, they explode. Safe can hit multiple times now. Those two moves alone, Bugs up air and Bugs safe, they really just put him into a spot where he just thrives in doubles as a format. Every time someone randomly gets popped up by something, he'll just be able to set up for a kill. He provides really good support with things like tunnel and pie healing. If you didn't know, Bugs pie heals his teammate for 5 damage every time you hit it. I just think he's really good in doubles right now. The next character I had on the list was Tom and Jerry. This character has some of the best get off me options in the entire game when he's grounded. This up tilt hit scoops from way in front of him to set up for a combo while also being super disjointed. This move will beat out almost every move in the entire game. So if you ever want to jump on Tom and he's charging up tilts, so long as he lets go on the correct timing, he'll always just be able to beat you out. Whenever you get someone caught in up tilt, the final hit itself is a combo extender. On top of that, he now has like a loop where you can keep people trapped in place with between forward tilt and up tilt. This covers almost every dodge option. Like, you can kind of dodge out of it for like a frame or two, but if you do it right, he can really just keep you trapped, and like it's almost not even escapable if you do it right. Now, that's only the first part Tom does. These boxing moves on Tom, they're insane. But what Tom really excels at, which is one of the main reasons he's good in doubles, is projectiles are good in doubles. Projectiles are good. They're hard to deal with, especially projectiles that are full stage, protect themselves with a move that protects themselves. You can shoot things that home onto them. You can set up more projectiles to shoot all at the same time, and you just cover the entire stage with like a wall of like high damage projectiles that's like almost impossible to consistently move around with both you and your teammate. Like you can argue like in ones like, oh, you see Jerry on the ground, right? Just jump over him and avoid it. Okay, but now imagine there's two of you. You both have to dodge this initial shot that does good damage, puts you in knockback. You both have to dodge up to 3 tennis balls. You both have to dodge a rocket. You both have to dodge corks shooting from the projectile that was shot originally. It's just... Oh, man. Who's the next character I had? Yeah, it was Harley. It was Harley.
Yeah.
Harley is good for 2 reasons. Like Joker, she's one of the best enablers of vertical kills off the top. She has a bunch of moves that just force you up. Up air, up B, up tilt. All of these moves force you up into a big combo that can just keep you going. On top of that, she has bombs she can throw off the stage that if she ever gets a combo into, you can just die at really early percents. On top of that, bro, she just does damage, man. Harley hits you, everything, like every single string she converts from. While being a vertical killer, she does so much damage. The only reason why she's like really like worse than a character like Joker is because I think her cross-stage projectiles aren't as oppressive to deal with. Bomb nowadays is a lot slower than it was in beta. It throws slower and she doesn't move as much when she throws it. And also she doesn't have like as crazy as an aerial burst option as like Joker's air side B. She has down tilt, which is a move that combos into up tilt, which can combo into a finisher at certain percent. This move's really good, and then she just tries to force you up and kill you. One of the best characters in the game right now. Who's next? Who's next? Taz is next. Oh man, Taz, oh Taz, oh Taz. This Nair does 29 damage. I don't know why they decided it was okay for Taz Nair to do this much damage, but god damn, man. He really hurts when he gets in on you. He has pretty good combo game as well once you fully develop it. He can combo, I believe, forward tilt into bite, which can give him some cool setups if he's anywhere near a ledge or a wall. He's a character who has good options all around, but he has a couple of options that are so obscene, it makes him one of the best characters in the game. Best up tilt in the game, and one of the best Nairs in Multiversus history. I can't believe how much damage this Nair does. I'm thinking Superman and Black Adam are the next two, and I'm going to move them down a tier. People asking what the please tier means. It means exactly what you think it means. Well, what do you guys think please in all caps means? I'll let you sort that one out. So Superman does a lot right now. For those who don't know, Superman has a jab loop combo where he combos all of his jab options into a down tilt and he can sliding dodge to chase after you. But what really puts Superman above everyone else right now is one, the ability to throw out lasers, which is a massive move. It's a massive move. Look at the space that covers. That's basically guaranteed damage that he gets access to. He has 3 of them, and he can combo off them if he doesn't mess it up. Frost Breath, amazing move at shutting down double zoner teams if that's something you're scared of dealing with. And then just the combo game he has, oh man, when Superman hits you, he like actually hurts. So what Superman does, right, is he zones in a place where even if you hit him, you're probably not going to combo him because you have to like double jump to reach him. So he's really annoying. He zones, you can barely deal damage to him. And on top of barely being able to damage him, he's a super heavy, man. He's a super heavy. You can't kill this dude. Like, even though the new version of Multiversus has massively improved kill power across the board, like, oh man. He just does basically guaranteed damage to you while mitigating the damage that he and his teammate take with Frost Breath and Laser. And then when he hits you, bing bada boom, you either take 70 or you just die. Okay, well, it didn't kill him. Or you just die. Okay, apparently people are still confused about the please tier. Maybe I should rename it.
Cool Dude.
I'll just name it tier Cool Dude. There we go. We have to name it something silly. Anyway, let's talk about Black Adam. So Black Adam, right? From beta MVS to launch MVS, he has probably received the most buffs of any character in the game. Air neutral special was replaced with the lightning grab, so now he has this as an option in the air, which is a good replacement considering his last air neutral special was Magnet, which was almost the worst thing ever. That move was terrible. Bubble is still really good. He was given infinite down tilts to continue pressuring opponents at a ledge, so your opponents always have to be moving when they're playing against him. Additionally, on top of that, his cooldown on up tilt was also removed, his armor move, which gives him a lightning spike that he can combo into for big damage. So a lot of buffs for him across the board. System mechanics changes help him a lot. The fact that this up B has so much air drift that he can control during it. Like, look how much air control he has while doing this move that he can instantly aerial out of. He has really vague movement in the air, which is something a lot of other characters in the game don't even have access to. He has access to some of the strongest moves in the entire game if you really care about raw kill power. Black Adam forward air is a tactical nuke. You can kill people on ground level with that move faster than almost any move in the game. Not to mention, like, if you ladder up and do it, it's gonna be hard to show off because usually you have to catch someone jumping. You can do stuff like that. If you just catch one dodge, you can just chase people off the top and they get kind of stuck. Good zoning options with fade back down special, and he can do side B into bubble to send projectiles his way, your opponent's way. So he can be threatening at a distance while also being threatening up close and in the air with his air drift on up special. It's a lot. It's a lot. Continuing on. First character I'm gonna do next that people I haven't even seen him in the chat, bro. This guy. So Finn, more than almost every other character in the game, while a lot of characters in doubles are good because of how much they enable team ladders, Finn, a lot of the time, like, doesn't even need team ladders to do crazy stuff. If you hit someone with up smash at the right percent, you can just do like up smash, nair, up B. You're setting your opponent into the blast zone at nearly 0. You're setting your opponent into the blast zone at nearly 0 just off of a one hit confirm. That's like not that hard to do. Well, I say as I mess it up. More than almost every other character in MBS's history, Finn is almost forced to play grounded because that's where most of the strength of his kit lies. All of his strong attacks, really grounded, forward tilt, neutral attack, up smash, even down tilt. These moves are all great grounded moves, but they don't really hit into the air. His aerial approach options, like while he has them, like he can land on people with nair, he can try to land on people with forward air. They're not quite as strong as other characters, and because of that, hey, he's got to be on the ground at all times. In a double setting, that ends up hurting him more than it helps him, just due to the nature of the format. Projectiles are a lot better in doubles, and even though he has one of the best anti-projectile moves in the game, the fact that he has to deal with projectiles the entire game means that he's not going to have the charge up on his strong attacks as much as he would like, especially just given how strong double zoners can be and how annoying they can fight against. It can make him a bit annoying to play. Who do I want next? These three. Let's talk a bit about Banana Guard. So Banana Guard, right? He has a lot of like Wonder Woman-esque normals, like this forward air is pretty similar to Wonder Woman. His pokes cover the same range and as Wonder Woman and things like that. He has a little bit more startup on a lot of them. And 2, he doesn't really combo you as hard as when he hits you as Wonder Woman does. Beyond that, he kind of provides the same role in a lot of ways. But what Banana Guard does have is the second part of the character, is she has 2 Shaggy moves. And the 2 Shaggy moves he took are arguably some of the best ones he could have taken. Banana Guard has been given a charge move, which gives him a shit ton of damage and knockback. When you hit people with Banana Guard and Rage, they go flying. They go flying. It is a crazy amount of kill power. Additionally, his side special, while you think you watch it at first glance, it looks like not that strong of a move. It ends up being really good because of 2 things. 1, when you're in the air, you can control the drift on it and you can make it cover a whole diagonal range below you, which covers a big space that he wouldn't have been able to cover otherwise. And 2, it's just strong as shit. Like, it is a real strong move, and it doesn't, and for how disjointed it is, like, it's got a good amount of lag on it, but if your opponent isn't ready to instantly jump over it, it's really hard to cover. He just happens to have a really good neutral game, a really good game plan, and he just happens to have strong hitting moves to go along with it, so he ends up being good. Not too much else to say about our man. I think next I had Batman? So Batman, he's a bit different from old Multiversus. He lost a lot of access to a lot of the things that made him strong last time around. Like last time around, Batman could float during aerials, which would mix up his movement a lot. He had higher movement speed. He had like faster dive kick that he could control better. However, what Batman did gain is a more functional combo game. The basic TLDR is Batman off of jab is way scarier than he was at any other point in the game. The only thing that's really bad about him is he's really big while also not being the heaviest. And also, against comps that aren't really zoner-centric, grapple is unironically a really good move. Big explosion that if you space it right, can combo into up special for a kill, sets up for pretty early kill confirms, random option you can throw out in neutral that catches people off guard, you can set up combos off of it. There's a lot you can do with this character. I think the next person I had is Arya. Arya, right off the bat, has a lot more definitive weaknesses than a lot of the characters who I think are this good. No projectile to randomly break through things. Her best burst option is dash attack, which is, while it's a good move, it's not like the craziest burst option of all time. Other than that, like most of her approaches can be kind of telegraphed. She can come in with nair. She can try to walk up to you, bait out a move. But she ends up doing she just hurts, right? What this character does more than anyone else, she just hurts you. You get caught by an Arya dagger, you get knocked up, and you could just die at like any percent. You know what I mean? Additionally, on top of that, if Arya ever catches you DIing bad, she gets huge openings off of every single hit. Like if you ever DI in against Arya, she gets a free down air on her up B. Anyone who thinks Arya is bad and plays Arya is probably not that good at the game. There's some characters that are weird to rank because I haven't seen enough of them. Braun first. We're gonna Braun first here as the first character in this tier. So Braun, between beta and now, he has had 2 main changes to him as a character that fundamentally changed the way he he wants to play. The first change, which is a big nerf, now Dunk is a lot worse. Dunk no longer has a hitbox on the way down in the air to pull people into the ground. It is now just the explosion on the ground, and it feels almost slower to do it a lot of times. As LeBron, who in the beta was known for having really early kill confirms with Dunk, now doesn't really have those because common openings, like jab dunk, your opponent can just dodge and hit you like that. However, what he did gain, which was the other big change for LeBron, is the ball buffs. For those of you who haven't seen, LeBron's ball can now hit multiple times. Whenever a ball bounces off a player, it can just keep hitting them and hitting them and hitting them. I haven't seen much LeBron in doubles, but in doubles, you throw this ball around, it bounces between everyone, it just hits multiple times. So just throwing out the ball, like really just does so much damage. The only thing that's LeBron really struggles with right now is before he was one of the most consistent characters at killing in the game. If he just threw out Dunk, you would eventually die. I think he's really good. He has combos still. He just doesn't do as much damage as some of the characters above him, which just ends up being worse. Up next, I'm gonna put Stripe. Unless I'm missing something, he feels a lot weaker. So main thing that Stripe lost is his gun, which was previously a single fire, is now a multi-hit, which means he's forced to unload all of his bullets at once, which makes him a lot worse than before. He's a lot worse than just pressuring off stage to secure kills at 0, which was one of his big strengths last time. They removed a Saw Blade, which was one of the best moves in doubles before. Now he only has one of them as opposed to 2. He just received a lot of nerfs to like some of his strongest tools. That being said, the fact that he can consistently do stuff off a forward tilt now means this wide side swiping move that was previously really bad is now pretty good. It'll still be good just in terms of having range, putting out damage and neutral, but he just doesn't kill you at 0 anymore, and he has to rely on more on moves that are slower. The last character I'm going to put in this tier, Morty being bad in doubles, is fake and kind of, I don't know if it's a bug, but I want to talk about it. So Morty right now, if you want to know before, Morty forward air, one really good move, fast move, big move, combos into most of his kit. You can get a lot of things going off of a forward air if he really wants to. But he's not nearly as strong as he was before for one main reason. His zoning, which used to be some of the most oppressive zoning in the game, is kind of not good anymore. So Morty before, when he hit his grenades around, they would go absolutely flying, and they have a hitbox when they're moving, but now when he hits his grenades around, they kind of chug. They don't really go anywhere. They don't do that much damage. They aren't as disruptive. So his zoning is a lot less oppressive just because of the lack of grenade. Checkpoint also lost a lot of its niche. Right now, it basically only serves as an ally team save. It no longer has the hitbox on it on the way back, which was something that Morty could use to protect himself whenever he wanted to. It no longer heals Morty. And now it kind of just serves as a, hey, I'm spawning one grenade, and I'm saving my ally. And then one more nerf worth mentioning to Morty grenades is the Morty fuse time perk, which makes his grenades have a larger explosion. It used to be that when you blew up Morty grenades, after a long amount of time, their explosion would be huge if you ran that perk. It was one of the best perks in the game. Right now, their explosion is really small. Like even, I'm not running the perk right now, but even if you run the perk that's supposed to make them larger, it's still really small. So Morty got a ton of hits to his zoning. He went from one of the best doubles characters in MVS before to one of the worst. That being said, he still does have good option, which is why I don't have him in bottom tier. And then Velma and Jason, I'm putting in this bottom tier right now. We'll talk about Velma first. From the beta, outside of Morty, Velma was hit the most out of everyone in the cast. Her laser, which used to be one of the best doubles moves in the game, you could shoot it against enemies, it would do residual damage. It had a really strong finishing hit. You could shoot it against your teammate, and it would shoot a second laser that would heal them. And it would shoot another laser off of them that would do even more damage and knockback than the first one. This move is no longer good. Her laser is no longer good. She has to charge this move up all the way for it to have any meaningful range. It doesn't do as much damage. It doesn't have the team benefits that it had before. It's just like that was like one of her main moves in doubles. It's just straight up not that good anymore. Beyond that, bubbles are still a strong option for doubles. Still a really good zoning option. Can combo off of them pretty well. In Velma also, this is one of the big things where I think makes it worse. A lot of characters in the game got big damage buffs, right? Wonder Woman from forward air went from doing 6 to doing 12. Just as an example, 12 to 13. Velma, she does 8 on that. She does 6 here. She didn't get a lot of the love a lot of other characters got touched up with, and she's just worse. She's playable, but right now, like, there are so many characters who are oppressively strong. They'll, like, infinite you. They'll have way better zoning than you that does 1,000,000 damage. They'll have moves that cover half the stage while also having okay-ish movement to go along with it. Velma, what does she do? She taps you with a bubble here and there. It's annoying. It does less damage than everyone else in the game. And then the character who I currently think is the worst, before we get into the last couple of characters, is Jason. I'm gonna say it. I don't think this character is good. This dude gets put in the body bag, bro. He's massive. He gets comboed to shit. Most comp team, like good team characters in the game, like ladder you really hard in one direction. Jason is heavy, but he's not heavy enough to survive all that like IG is. He does good damage. He hits you with a forward tilt, he combos it into a side B, he sets you up into disadvantage. But it's just not nearly what other characters put out. And the only thing really going for him is the kill power on some of his moves. Like, you can charge on moves, you set them at the top last zone. This aerial up is one of the strongest kill options in the game if you hit it. But other than that, man, what does he really got? Good range, decent damage, just terrible frame data, and terrible big body syndrome in comparison to almost everyone else. This isn't to mention his signature perks. Jason's signature perks are just bad. This perk right here, the sidestep perk, it won't let me equip it, where you teleport behind your opponent, is so not good, man. Just teleporting in on your opponent like this is like it's just not strong, man. If he had like one fast move after the teleport, it would be insane. But like, he just doesn't have a fast move, and he probably shouldn't given the fact that he has a teleport. But it just means the perk doesn't really serve a purpose. The other perk, Resurrectionist, it has a niche. You die once in a game, your first slide, you just get respawned for a couple seconds. You can try to get a bit of damage in before you go down. It's okay. But the problem is, right, is like, it only lasts like 4 or 5 seconds. Jason's one of the slowest characters in the game. He does this perk, he comes back, you just run away from him for 3 seconds. You don't even need to engage. The rest of these characters are hard to rank early on for 2 reasons. 1, because I haven't seen someone push them all the way yet. Or 2, I've seen no one play these characters. I'm going to start with the ones I think are the easiest to rank of this bottom list. And I think the easiest one to rank of this bottom list is Shaggy. That character in doubles is not okay. And when I say not okay, I mean like I'm saying top 5, bro. So what Shaggy brings to the table, right? He brings a lot of damage. Straight hits just do a lot. Forward air does 15, down air does 10, everything combos into up B, which does another 10. Like, he has really high knockback on all of his moves. Like, even at low percents, he can threaten most characters with putting them into the top blast zone while having almost nothing. And then, oh my god, dude, Hangry Man perk. He's like a good character, right? He'd probably be a mid-high tier character, but oh my god, Hangry Man perk. Oh my god, this perk is so unbelievable. Look how fast, okay, we're gonna look how fast Shaggy charges normally. When he has a sandwich, I want you to look how fast he charges. Bro, Shaggy just pulls a sandwich, he just runs and charges for a second, bing, bada boom, now he has rage, you fucking explode. He just gets like 20 damage specials that just put a weaken on you, make you take extra damage, they ladder really strong. Like, why is Angry Perk like that? Holy moly, bro. Dude, there's no lag there. You can't stop him. If he decides to charge this, he finishes the charge, he instantly dodge attacks you. Like, there's no lag there. But Shaggy's rage is it's just something else. I can't believe how good Hangry Man is. Anyway, we're gonna make this tier, and then we're gonna knock out a couple characters here, in the where are you at tier. And the point of this tier is I have not seen these characters ever. I have ran into 0 Gizmos. I have ran into like 1 Jake. I have ran into no Garnets. I actually don't know if I fought against a single Garnet. These 3 characters, I know Gizmo's got some stuff. Gizmo is almost undoubtedly, I'll say this, I think Gizmo is undoubtedly high tier or higher. I know that for sure. Jake and Garnet, I actually just straight up don't know. Jake and Garnet, those characters, I am completely lost on them, man. No one is playing them. Garnet feels terrible. I haven't lost with Garnet yet, but I haven't ran into a different Garnet, so I don't know how she feels to fight. But I think these 3 characters, I can't really rank them. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna rank Rain Dog, and this is gonna be a Rain Dog assumption moment, and that'll be like here. I think Rain Dog's gonna be good. And I want to talk about him a little bit because of why. Rain Dog, if you've played the beta, you know he's one of the best sources of residual damage in the game. He's got the laser, which covers most of the stage and does a bit of damage to everyone standing inside of it. Obviously, people are gonna jump over it a lot, so it won't normally do 23. But you'll usually rack up at least a bit of damage on both of your opponents every single laser you get. You Fireball, really good projectile still, does a lot of damage over time, especially if your opponent stands in it. A little bit nerfed in some ways from beta, i.e. this neutral attack, right? This neutral attack from beta, you could spam this before. Now, they added a bunch of lag onto it to make this move a lot worse than it used to be. The aerial fireball is kind of the main zoning that he wants to do, because they added lag to the neutral attack, which makes it hard to use both on the air and on the ground. So air fireball into setting up a little wall in front of yourself, playing around that. That's kind of where he thrives. And then what he does is he forces you to approach by throwing residual damage on you, and then he hits you with the craziest base knockback you've ever seen. 30 damage, 30% of that, Shaggy. up tilt up air in the top blast zone. Brain Dog's base knockback is ridiculous. You put him with another vertical character, dude, you actually just murk people off the top. It is insane how much you get done. 3 characters left. I'm putting Marvin. There. Let's talk about Marvin a little. Marvin, for those who don't know, got a big nerf to button. His combo game isn't nearly as strong as before. He used to be able to loop you pretty hard off of every button opening. Now button serves like a pretty niche role. It's like an aerial combo follow-up. We can do something like that. So it's a lot more niche than it used to be. That used to be like his main combo opener. You get to do that a bunch of times in a row. But what Marvin did game is some insane zoning. In exchange for losing the button power, which he had before, they gave him a bit faster frame data on his forward, on his down air and down smash. They buffed jab to be more consistent. This used to always miss. Now it works pretty consistently. They also changed the jab projectile. So now when you shoot the jab projectile, it is a bouncing projectile that lasts for a while, that you can also affect with the button and turn around. Bubble, instead of being a charge move to release, now if you cap bubble, you don't have to charge it, it'll just go. Side B, still really good pull-in move that he can combo off of into basically whatever he chooses. Flag, small nerf to the max size of it, which is a little bit of a nerf in terms of that. But he's also gained potentially one of the best perks in the game, IMO, which is this triple rocket perk. This perk is really good. It shoots 3 full stage projectiles. He just got a lot more zoning with that. Also, what Marvin gained that he didn't have before, he has 2 buttons. He has 2 uses of buttons. You combine the 2 uses of button with 3 rockets and a bubble, you can just be the most annoying person on the planet. Like, look how much space he just covers, just doing random bullshit and go. Like, his zoning is so, like, annoyingly oppressive, especially in doubles when you have multiple things to focus on, like including your enemy, the enemy. Like, it just ends up being really good. 2 characters left, ladies and gentlemen. We got Rick and IG. So I'm gonna rename these tiers. SS, S, A, B. Rick is... Rick's got some stuff this patch. He's got infinite laser. He's got infinite laser, which is a big buff for laser, and it makes him a really annoying zoner that he can basically do whenever. This is just a really good move. It covers full stage, annoying in doubles. Forces a ground bounce for some fucking reason. Like, you hit someone with the laser, they ground bounce. I don't know why that's a thing. It means he can get follow-ups off of it. He catches you. Forward tilt into up tilt, which has some of the higher base knockback of any tilt in the game. Like, if you look at that, it sent him up double my character's height into the air. Like, he's very, very high base knockback, good at enabling ladders. He's got really annoying projectiles and doubles, especially if you combine them with portals that can just take up a sequence for a grounded sequence for a large amount of time. What he doesn't do damage like a lot of other characters. And also, high key, he doesn't really kill early as early as a lot of other characters. Up B is a kill option at like if you catch them in the air. Forward air is relatively strong, but it's relatively strong in a game where characters like can regularly kill you at 40 to 60. So it feels like he's like a little bit lacking in that department. He's a good zoner. He's got good range on a lot of his normals. This forward tilt is arguably one of the best moves in the entire game. He just has like one flaw, I feel like, of his kill power is like kind of whatever. As long as you don't get caught by 1 or 2 things, he can't really ever kill you. That being said, he's still really good. I'm just thinking bottom of S. I don't know, it feels like a lot of the characters in this tier are either more annoying or do more. I think maybe one above Marvin. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, the big man. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't think big man bad, especially in doubles. In fact, I think big man very good in doubles. I think big man is gonna end up very, very, very good in doubles. Like, way better than people are giving credit for. And I'm talking like bottom of SS. We'll put him here. IG is better than people are giving him credit for this patch, especially in doubles. In singles, oh yeah, IG just gets looped, bro. He has some things going on for him, and that's a couple of things. The one big thing of noting on Iron Giant is that his bolts are worse. Bolts now, instead of just giving you immunity to a certain number of hits, you just force people away and you have to try to combo them after that. Something like that. It's a lot worse in terms of like how much they accomplish than they used to be. However, he has gained a lot of other things. Most notably, so he's got up B, which is a massive move that destroys all projectiles. You can't hit him with zoning in this. He's got a strong up tilt that forces it into an up air situation with having one of the strongest up airs in the game. He's got a good combo game at relatively low percent, so he finds most of his openings. They gave his grab armor, and what really puts Iron Giant apart in doubles is rage mode. So for those who don't know, when Iron Giant is in rage mode, your teammate can jump inside of you and shoot a full stage giant green projectile that stuns lock your enemies inside of it if it even passes through them. It's one of the best moves in the game. But on top of that, when he pops rage mode, he gets 30 gray health, nearly infinite lasers. This bubble, oh sorry, he gets electro bubble, not the green bubble. The green bubble is his own. He just gets so much stuff when he's in rage mode. He can get like this upbeat that kills hella early. The rage mode IG is one of the most oppressive things ever. But yeah, IG's got a lot more than people give him credit for. And for now, I think that does it. I think that does it for what I'm thinking for 2v2s right now. We got all the characters around where I think they are. I don't know why people aren't playing Gizmo. Gizmo is undoubtedly in S or SS at worst. That character seems nuts. Jake and Garnets, prove yourselves, bro. Why haven't I found any of you? Why haven't I seen any of you? And this is good. This is good.